RBB Morning Show, the coach, mentor, marketing, and social media strategist you need each and every morning. RBB, a live morning talk show that gives you the ability to get the coach you need, strategist you wish you could afford, social media manager and strategist, marketing strategist, project manager, certified OBM, VA, business startup strategist, profit strategist, web strategist, email funnel strategist, sales page strategist, PR strategist, time management, mindset, and overall business development strategist. We answer it all. With over 25 years of business experience, both in corporate and small business worlds, we really can answer it all.
I'm going to talk about some partnership stuff this week because we do get some questions on that once in a while. And we could speak to this pretty easily. We've been doing this a while. We've been doing just about a year now. Well, not really, because I didn't want to do nothing until February because I was really hesitant after having a previous partnership that went kablooey. So,
but we were working together and collaborating and getting each other through stuff, which is part of being partners. Yeah, it's part of it. You don't just dive in.
Oh, no. Partnerships are not something that you should take lightly. So today we're going to talk about the difference between having a partnership and a team. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that say, hey, my team does this and my team does that. Okay, well, and I have to say that I use the word team.
Good morning, Sandra.
Good morning, Sandra. But it means something very different to me than what it actually should mean. So our team is, well, honestly, Gina and I. We're the only employees. We're the only partners. We're the only people for DG Marketing Be Boss Girl. However, we at this point still have contractors, and we have an amazing group of women that we collaborate with to provide services to clients. And that is really the best description of what we do. We have Sandra, we have Allison, we have Lisa, we have Susan has recently joined us and is helping us do a couple things for a couple clients. And we have Art, my husband, who helps us out and does a bit. And we call him the boss boy. I called him a boss babe one day and I got a dirty look, so I better never do that again. Because it was one of those, you do that again, I'll slap you looks. So I can't call him the boss babe anymore. He did not find that amusing. Because I have a t-shirt that says boss babe on it.
We should get him one though. I bet you he would wear it. See, the thing with Art is if we got him a t-shirt, he would wear it.
And take a picture of it.
But he'd wear it while he's on the drums or on the guitar at a show and not care.
But just don't call him that.
Yeah, just don't call him that. Like, that's what stuff is. We know that. We know we could get him, and it could be pink. He wouldn't care.
Well, for Halloween last year, you just call him Art. That's probably smart, son. For Christmas last year, he wore a t-shirt that says, I was born a unicorn. And it was a pink t-shirt with silver sparkles all over it, a pink tutu, and a unicorn headband. And that was my husband playing in a rock band on the drums for Halloween.
So he was drums, right?
Yeah, he was playing drums.
Which is what makes the tutu even funnier.
Oh, it was hilarious. He had camo shorts under him.
It's so funny.
But this year, he's going to be a fairy because he's going to be playing guitar, which means we can attach fairy wings to his guitar strap. The things that I do for my husband.
Oh, that's funny. I can't wait to see pictures.
Anyway, so we're going to dive into the differences between a real true partnership and having a team. A partnership is not the same as having a team. Let me tell you that there are vast differences and there are vast responsibility differences. So recently we were talking to a client who had...
Shiner, do you hear her snoring? I'm sorry.
Yes. You're the only one that bothers.
Well, it's because she keeps me up all night doing that. Try sleeping next to that.
Time to have the dog sleep somewhere.
In a king-size bed, and she's pushing us out of it. Last night, she kept trying to push permanent roommate out.
That's funny.
Like he'd move her, and she'd come back and push on his chest some more.
So... partnerships are very, very different than having an employee or even at a C-level employee. So we have a client that we were recently talking to, and she has somebody who is listed as the CMO for their business, but yet was not taking C-level responsibilities. And she's like, well, she didn't quite understand the mechanics of what that meant for her business. So when you bring somebody in that's a profit earning partner, but yet just a C-level, C-levels are very important. And Gina and I I am CEO, Gina is COO. But when you are a 50-50 partnership, that is here. When you are the CEO and you have a CMO, the CMO is down here, you are up here. So there are differences in our corporate structure within a corporate structure, depending on how you have things set up. So Gina and I have things set up as a 50-50 partnership. That means that whatever Gina says goes, whatever I say go, and we have to argue with each other.
Yeah. Now, even though I am managing partner, all that means is I have just absorbed the CFO and the OBM role until we outsource it. That's the only difference. Is I'm the one that does our budget and handles some of the contractual shenanigans.
I don't have to touch any of that. Is what that means.
But that's it. That's the only difference. Does it make me better than Danielle or above her in any way? It just means I'm the one that is doing the managerial responsibilities, and Danielle is not. That's it. And it made the most sense because I'm the OBM out of the two of us.
And I hate doing that crap.
So it's the only reason why.
Well, I also won't do it. I hate doing it. Like you don't understand. I've done this for years and years and years. I don't want to do it no more. And my last partnership, I'm putting partnership in quotation marks. My last partnership, You're did everything.
Generous calling it that.
Yeah. And I allowed the other person to earn the 50%, but yet I did 95% and she did, I did 99% and she
only did the things that she enjoyed and wanted to do and got mad because I called her out on it.
So be sure that you are clear when you're setting up a partnership too, what the responsibilities are. Gina and I have very, very clear lanes. And even though we are 50-50, we have very clear lanes of what's Gina's my responsibility and what's my responsibility. And what things that we need to do together, we also have a clear description of. Because there are things that we can't, like, just because I'm the CEO doesn't mean I could decide what direction our business is going and go in that direction without talking to Gina about that.
Yeah, we talk like every morning. We have business discussions. We have business development discussions. We're constantly talking about the company, the direction we want it to go. There was a direction that we were going in that I legitimately thought was the direction we were going in, and it apparently wasn't. And poor Danielle was going to come through the computer and backhand me, I swear. But that's why we talk all the time. Is so that we're both constantly on the same page. We don't just make decisions and run. Well, no, I take that back. Danielle has made a couple of decisions and been like, I'll explain it to you later. And I'm like, okay. But we trust each other enough. I trust Danielle enough to know that if she says that, it's because there's not time for us to sit and talk, and it needs to be made in that moment, and it'll be the right decision.
And sometimes you have to do that kind of thing, even in a partnership when you're 50-50, it is not time to have a discussion about something. Oh, I'm hiring somebody because I need this done now. We don't have time to have a committee. Let's go. Or I need to do something now. I mean, there's a certain amount of Gina can do that too. So it's not just me. And something that a lot of people don't quite understand, especially with Gina and I, is I'm the person that's out in front. I will always be the person out in front.
But she's
personality,
and also business development. That's her job and her responsibility. How else is she going to?
The dog just bumped the cord for my camera.
The dogs this morning. But how else is Danielle going to build the company and grow the company if she's not out in the front all the time? Danielle's got to talk to everybody. I'm sorry, I like y'all, but I don't want to talk to y'all all day long.
And I would lose my mind if I didn't talk to y'all all day long. So I'm the complete opposite. I gotta talk.
I don't. I'm pretty introverted. And also in that sense, I am. It's very rare. Like I like gray areas, sure, but it's very rare sometimes. Like when it comes down to making a decision, like I have there's some things that I just don't have the patience for. Sales happens to be one of those things. I don't have the patience for it. Like that, the bottom line, I don't have the patience for it. And the CEO role is on an extremely grand scale, a sales role.
So a CEO is the sales, is the face of the company, is almost always, there's very rarely the true actual CEO, not somebody that just calls herself a CEO.
That's right for another day.
Is not the very extroverted person. Very, very extroverted person. And you should see there's a LinkedIn group that's all CEOs and mixture of women and men. We step on each other's toes trying to talk over each other, even in group type situations constantly, because we're all extroverted.
And all the COOs are in the background rolling their eyes.
And we have done mastermind sessions. We do a mastermind session every quarter together. We have groups of 10 of us. They started as groups of 20, and we all learned very quickly that 20 super extroverted people on a phone call did not work. Even 10
that's pushing it.
That's really pushing it sometimes. But our mastermind session, when we have one, it's actually a full 8-hour day that we meet together. We have 4 breaks throughout the day, but we literally spend all day on a Zoom call together. And it's, 1, a lot of fun. And 2, getting that many visionary type people on a phone call together. We really need to cut down the size to 5 of us, maybe. And still do 8 hours because we need the time. Or have 3 or 4 calls. We need to do something. We were all talking about that last week, that our next call is coming up in September. And we may need to rethink that because it's just weird and not working.
That is so funny.
And it's not, and we love talking together. That's part of the problem. So really think about that when it comes to the positions, though. Without Gina, our business would fall apart because I can't do all of the things that I do, and I do well, without that CMO position being done. And Gina would have nothing to do if I wasn't out doing what I do. So we really are 50-50, even though I'm the one you hear talking all the time. There's always that person, though. Even if we were both,
we can't both be that way, because if we were, we'd never grow, because it would appear that we were constantly trying to one up the other. That doesn't work.
Does not at all. So it really is important to have really defined partnerships. So make sure, if you're thinking about going that direction, bringing in a partner to help you grow, you really step back and think about that. Do you want to give up control of your business? And that's something that Gina and I have a little bit of back and forth on sometimes, because we both have control issues. Big surprise there. And we do fight with I want to say fight. We discuss loudly sometimes with each other. But we're able to work things out because we're always logical.
We always come to the same point.
We do.
Every time.
And there's been a couple times, not every time. There's been a couple times where we hadn't, but we tried the other person's idea, see if it works. And if it doesn't, well, okay. Because I'm not perfect. Not every idea I have works. Not every idea Gina has works. So we test it out.
We just try it. We try both ways and see which one works better.
And you have to be willing to have those discussions. And I think that's a big, just like a marriage, no one person can be all of the things. You have to split things. No one person can be in control, nor should they be. It's really important to have a solid relationship and solid path and understand the other person's place in that relationship, whether it's marriage or partnership or whatever. because my husband picks on me and says, well, so are you talking to your wife, Gina, today?
Yeah, my husband's always going, is that your boyfriend? I'm like, yeah, Danielle says hello.
So yeah. Anyway,
we talk all the time.
We didn't talk until like 5 o'clock yesterday, 6 o'clock.
Neither one of us felt well.
No, we were both sick all weekend. So, and of course I was really busy all weekend. So yeah, it took me until 6 o'clock to function yesterday. And then I was in bed by 8:30. I heard that one. I love listening to the dog store. So make sure that you're really, really, really clear where you are in your partnership. And this is true when you work with anybody, though, on your teams, everything, that you have very, very clear definitions of what each person is doing, because nobody thrives in a position where they're guessing all the time.
And the other thing is, and this is something, because I can think of a few people that are out here that have partners now. Your partner is not your employee. Yes. So once you name them a partner, they are a partner, which means they're a part owner. And you need to
treat them as such
and respect that.
But there's also something that goes with that from the other side, that if you have somebody that's listed as your partner, that doesn't mean that you're still doing all the work. It is a 50-50 split. And you shouldn't have to be the one.
Everybody should be doing their part. And if
without being asked to or led to, or you shouldn't have to have daily discussions on, what are you doing today? Are you going to do this, this, and this? And you have a deadline. That is not a partnership.
No, we do that with Danielle, but that's because Danielle is ADD.
And Danielle asks for it.
Yes, that's part of it, is Danielle has asked for it. If she had not, I would leave her alone.
And you have to make sure that you understand that person's personality.
Personalities are huge. Sandra has asked, what's the true definition of team?
A team of people are a team of people. Well,
it's a group of people.
It's a group of people that work together with very defined jobs.
And they were working together towards a common goal. And they have defined responsibilities. Kind of think of, if you look at it, you've got your football team. And you've got your quarterbacks and your running backs and your linebackers.
But they all have you have a defined coach. You have a defined captain of a team. You have a defined, everything is defined. And that's not a whole lot different than a partnership. But with a team, in the corporate structure, a team of people is a team of employees that you control 100%. In a structure like we have, we're really a collaboration team. Everybody owns their own business and is working towards a common project goal, but not a full business goal, because it's not Sandra's responsibility to make sure I bring 20 new clients in this month. It's my responsibility. Sandra may do pieces and parts to help me do that as defined by me, but it's not Sandra's responsibility to make sure that happens. It's not Sandra's responsibility to make sure all the invoices go out. It's not. Those are, when you have a team of people, and especially when you're collaborating, there's a lot of things that aren't left up to the collaboration team and things that they would never touch. Because I would never give a contractor access to my books.
Nope.
That's just not something that would ever happen. So it's, there are, some of the definitions are kind of confusing, but when you look at it from a corporate structure, they're very defined. Very, very, very defined.
And we are heading in that corporate structure direction, and it will get clearer and clearer and clearer from our standpoint.
So this week we're going to continue talking about this partnership. We're going to be talking and looking up our list of the topics we're going to be talking about. There it is. My button on my Slack didn't want to work. We're going to be talking about supporting individual efforts in a partnership, because Gina and I have my own personal brand. Gina is establishing her personal brand, and they're very much individual efforts, but yet they're going to benefit us as a partnership. So talking about what that looks like and how you do that, because it could be weird because you may have one partner or another that excels at one big area and the other partner doesn't quite. And I know that my personality, I'm a bulldozer when it comes to stuff. So being the other side of that partnership for Gina sometimes is, I'm imagining not so fun.
And I'm going to address that tomorrow because there are a lot of things, like there are comments that people make in passing or, sometimes the way that I'm viewed that can be hurtful. And it's nothing against Danielle, just has a bigger personality than I do. But people just bottom line, people just suck sometimes. Mm-hmm. So, and it's something that I want to address because even though I'm quieter than Danielle, it doesn't mean that I'm not successful in my own right. And that's something that needs to be discussed, I think.
Dealing with perceptions in a partnership, because, and I think that the supporting the individual efforts and the dealing with perceptions kind of go together. And we're going to be kind of hitting on both of those tomorrow. And we're also going to be dealing with how clients look at the partnerships and how to define that from a process procedure standpoint when you're dealing with clients. And that's something
one of the most frustrating.
Gina and I are exploring how to best do that because I am always going to be the first face that they see and the first person they talk to. So how do we define that? And you guys are going to hear some of our process in learning how to define that for ourselves. So we hope you enjoy the topics this week. If you have any questions, as always, please have at it. Please ask. We're always happy to hear. Sorry, I was by the lake on Saturday night and I have about 900,000 mosquito bites up my leg, and I actually have huge welts from a few of them. So they're driving me crazy. You all have an amazing Monday, and I hope you remember to rise, become, and be. And I look forward to really discussing with you this week and having some fun. Tomorrow morning, I will be on. However, Wednesday, there is a good possibility that Miss Gina is going to be handling the show all by herself, because I am going to see Iron Maiden tomorrow night, and I ain't guaranteeing I'm up early on Wednesday morning. So you all have an amazing Monday. Remember to set yourself up to rise today, and I want to hear how you're doing that. Have a great day, everybody.
RBB Morning Show, the coach, mentor, marketing, and social media strategist you need each and every morning.